Whatever happened to Berserk? I mean, as of today, the latest chapter is 380, and I'm gonna be completely honest, it totally, I don't want to say sucked, but it was like if someone lifted you all the way up to Mount Everest on their back, and you're just enjoying the ride, you know, and they're doing all the heavy work, and then you're all the way at the cliff, and they're like, all right, I'm dead now, and then they just die, and you're like, wait, you're supposed to take me down the cliff, and they're dead. They just die, and now it's up to you to climb down the cliff of Mount Everest. That would be the level of cliffhanger that Berserk 380 is. Chapter 380 is. It's absolutely ridiculous. And what made it even worse was the fact that if you're reading like the special editions or whatever, I don't know, they add like something because the guy who created Berserk died, the original creator, and you know, sorry for your loss, sad to say. And then his best friend started writing Berserk, which makes sense. I guess he gave the rights to his best friend, said, here, I want you to finish this. And they show you their whole little sad sob story, how they grew up together. So awesome. And then how his friend's gonna just honor him by writing Berserk. Great, beautiful, I love it. Okay, why aren't you writing Berserk then? And then immediately once he starts writing Berserk, takes a huge left turn. And I'm like, okay, so now Guts is what? Super antisocial and depressed? I mean, he's always been antisocial, but he's always been like fearlessly antisocial. So it's like he just chooses not to be around people. It's not like he's scared of people or scared of like has insecurities or something. He just, now it's like he's depressed, he's sad, put down the sword, gave up. Like, this is the first time he's ever given up in the entire series. And the first time he gives up is with this new artist writer guy, and I'm like, what's up, bro? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your Berserk? Like, this is you had to honor your friend's request and like do it the right way. But instead, it's just super like depressing and like boring. Like, and it seems to me like they're trying to wrap it up and finish it right now. It seems like they're kind of rushing it, because I kind of can see where it's going, and if you've read the manga, you kind of can see where it's going too. It just feels like they just sort of did something to it, and they're like, okay, let's hurry up and wrap this shit up, because I don't know what to do. Like, it's what it seems like. And why would you build it up this way, you know, the original, you know, just to give it to someone, in my opinion, who clearly does, it just seems like they don't know what they're doing, because they haven't released any new material. Maybe he's just waiting, I don't know. I really hope to God that the guy's just really focusing on his chi, I don't know, trying to like level up or something in the background, or like grinding, I don't know, in Final Fantasy type shit, you know, just leveling up in the background, waiting to write the last chapter. And I hope that's what's happening with him, but I really don't know or think that's what's happening. I think he's just stumped. I think he doesn't know what to do. I think he's just like lost, and I think like he's got a lot of backlash. I don't know exactly what it is, but all I know is what the fuck happened to Berserk. I mean, like, it was amazing. The season 1 was so amazing. It was so great to just see Guts, the Black Swordsman, on episode 1. Everything's confusing, he's just killing everything. I mean, it's a really, really cool show. And then they made a season 2 adaptation, which I really didn't like. I didn't like the animation. I didn't like how they brought it back and then fast forwarded it like way ahead of time. You know, it just felt a little bit like it just felt a little rushed to me. And then, you know, fast forward, they make the comics, you know, because season 2, in my opinion, ended very in an awkward sort of position, with him defeating that priest guy. Cool, but it's like after that it was just kind of like, okay, what now? You know, there's Griffith, what now? And then the comics built up more on that. Comics expanded more on that, and I loved it. I loved every second of it. When he fought the pirate dude and that weird sea monster, you know, I'm trying not to have spoilers here, but there are pretty much a lot of spoilers. This is about what happened to Berserk. So if you haven't read Berserk, or, you know, caught all the way up, I highly don't recommend you watch this video. Maybe I should have said that a little earlier. I'll put that in the description though. But yeah, it's just Berserk was at one point probably one of the most high-rated, underrated, mangas of all time. It even had a video game, multiple video games, even a game on PlayStation 2, which was, in my opinion, underrated. I think it's called like Millennium Falcon, I think it's what it was called in America. But yeah, it was a really good Berserk game. I actually played it. I think it was on the Dreamcast as well. But yeah, after all those promotions and after all that, height of its fame, it just seemed kind of to just fall off slowly, and people just slowly forgot about it, and it went right back to just being a regular comic book that not many people know about, which was fine. I mean, I that's fine by me. I don't really need it to be a show. I mean, Berserk is the only manga I ever read that I didn't actually need to watch the show. Usually I watch the show and then, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, I can't read the manga. I have to watch the show. I'm not going to read the manga. Even though there's small differences, like, I don't care. It's basically the same thing. I'm not reading it. But with Berserk, it was like, okay, I have to read it because they're not making the show because it's so cheaply, whatever. But here I am reading the manga, and first manga ever that I'm reading, and all the way up to like 300. And you get to the end and it's like, what the fuck? What the shit? Like, what? You're gonna leave me depressed and sad and lonely and like, I get Casca was taken, but I mean, Casca's been taken before and you were totally fine with it. So now all of a sudden you're just depressed? Like, go get her. You hate Griffith. Fuck Griffith. Go get her. What's the problem? You're still alive, you got both your arms. Go get her, bro. She's not dead. She's right over there. Just go. Just don't understand why it's so sad, And I guess if you have to put logic to it, it's like everything he's been through is probably why it's so sad. The weight of it all is probably just hitting him. So I guess you could say, like, psychologically it makes sense that he's sad. But for me, when it comes to a character standpoint, not a psychological standpoint, I would say it doesn't make sense because he's been through it before. She's been kidnapped before. You didn't see him get all start like crying and stuff. Like, no, I would say he took it fairly well. He knew he was the one responsible, and he took responsibility and immediately sought after her and tried to go save her life, So that was when he had to fight the priest guy, I'm pretty sure, actually. I'm not too sure. But either way, it was a hell of a ride. I enjoyed it. It was a good manga. And now I just can't even really think about it anymore. Like, when I think about it, it's like I'm thinking about like some squid or octopus I didn't order, at a steakhouse. I'm just like, the fuck is this? Or this is a steakhouse. How'd you guys even get squid? And then, the person's just looking at me like, don't ask questions you don't want to answer to, I'm just, what the fuck? What is this shit, bro? Just fucking, is there a sushi bar in the back somewhere? Like, fuck? Like, this fucking Texas Roadhouse. Where did you get this squid from? Let's see where Berserk goes, because from what I see, it seems like it's going to be like a Game of Thrones and 8 type flop.